everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Okay, we have another letter concerning inheritance. So let's dive into this letter and see what she says. I'm the only child from my mother, but she has two adopted children younger than me, and the adopted children are her favorite. She says, I wrote you about my narcissistic mother who never liked me. She has a tailor and land in Louisiana. So a tailor, what does that mean? It's a shop. So I guess this tailor is something of some value in Louisiana. To be honest, I don't know what's going to happen, but she lies so much and so many secrets. And she keeps me and the adoptive children at odds. I don't have anything against the adopted children, but she talks negatively to me about them. Well, if she's a narcissist, I probably told you before, she has no love for anybody. But narcissists will pit siblings against each other. They do that all the time, just to keep the confusion going on because, they are negative beings. So they thrive in negativity. So they have you fighting against them, yet jealous for them. There'll be jealousy for them against you and all sorts of things, just to keep the confusion going. And this is typical when a narcissist is one of the parents or both of the parents in a home. She told me if anything happens, that the land and her tailor will be for the family. Okay, you can't go by what a narcissist says because, let me tell you, because they don't really have any love for anybody and it's only for them, for the love is. They may not leave anything for anybody. So you can't always go by that. And don't think that just because you are legally the daughter, that she's going to leave anything to you or to the adopted children. Okay? All right, let's see. Okay, so she told you if anything happens, that the land and the tailor will go to the family. And then you put a note here, me and the adoptive children, family. Okay, what is your opinion on this? Can you give me some insight? I know I will need a lawyer. Okay, let me tell you this about this situation. And I looked you up some information to answer this question for you. Okay, here we go. A parent has the legal right to leave their inheritance to anyone they choose, including individuals other than their biological children. Okay? So the parent has the right to leave anything they have, the land, the tailor, whatever that is, to anybody that they decide to give it to. And you legally don't have any rights to it. All right? Now, it says here to contest the will. The children may be able to contest the will if they believe there is evidence of undue influence or if the will has not properly been executed. However, it is simply because the child feels unfairly excluded. Okay, all right, did you hear that? Your mother, like I said, she has land or whatever. Now, here's the thing. She can decide who she wants to leave it to. It could be the adoptive children. It could be you. It could be somebody that you don't even know. You see, and unless you can prove that maybe she did it not of sound mind or something like that, you lose. because whatever she has in her possession is hers and hers alone. She's not obligated to leave it to any of you. All right? I know you probably figured that she was just going to leave it to all of you. But, the best case scenario is just go and ask her, Mom, who do you plan to leave this to? And let her tell you out of her own mouth. Now, she may tell you one thing and do another thing, and there's nothing really that you can do about it. My dad was a narcissist, and he decided to leave and to give, and he gave a whole lot to my youngest sister, the youngest sibling. He did not stipulate in the will to give anything really to us kids, the rest of his kids, and he had 5, and he decided to give it to the youngest, the sibling. Of course, I wasn't looking for anything from them anyway. I didn't want anything from my parents. So, my feelings weren't hurt. I did have some siblings that kind of looked funny about it. You understand? But it didn't bother me one way or the other. I wasn't looking for it. But for you, if you are looking for it, it's best that you go and approach your mother and ask her, Mom, who gets it? Okay? And then you'll know. But it's not, you can't fight it. What are you going to get a lawyer for? You're just going to waste your money because she has the right to leave it to whomever she decides. Now, if she marries, it could go to whoever she decides to marry. Or she might decide, I'm going to leave it to the church. Or I'm going to leave it to somebody else. I'm going to leave it to, I've even heard of, I believe there was a famous celebrity who had millions. And she had only 2 adoptive children. She didn't have any naturally born children. And she left them nothing. She gave it all to charity. So it can be a hard, endless, non-profitable road for you to hire yourself a lawyer and try to fight it if your mother decides to leave you nothing. Okay? It has been done many times before. Now, some restrictions here are while parents have the freedom to choose who inherits their assets, there may be specific circumstances where their wishes are restricted or challenged. For example, in some states, a surviving spouse may have a legal right to a portion of the estate, even if the will designates different beneficiaries. So if your mother is still legally, I don't remember if your father is around from your last letter, but if they never divorced or anything, he may have a legal right to a portion of the estate, no matter who she decides to designate this inheritance to. So there are some restrictions where that's concerned. But assets like life insurance, bank accounts, and retirement accounts can also be passed on through beneficiary designations, where the designated beneficiary receives the asset directly. Okay? That again, life insurance, whatever she has, she can decide where that is going to when she passes. She has the right to decide where it goes to. Now, the will and trust. Parents can express their wishes through a will, which outlines how they want their assets distributed. Alternatively, they can utilize a trust, which can provide more flexibility and control over assets distributed. There is no legal requirement for parents to leave an inheritance to their children. Parents can disinherit their children leaving their assets to other relatives, friends, charities, or anyone else they choose. So I hope that this helps you in your endeavors. And I really hope that you understand. All right. I thank you for submitting your letter. And any of you that may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And I'd like to thank you for your comments and your letters. And a special thank you for those that leave a donation. It really helps the channel to grow. I wish you all the very best and happiness, and I really hope to see you next time.